Surprising but pleasant announcement from Porsche today. They are saying that they're taking their most popular model, Macan electric, very soon. I'll tell you all about it coming up next.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric!
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, that's all right. All you have to do is click on that subscribe button down there. That way you won't miss anything moving forward. And there's so many amazing electric car news going on this year. This is the year, I believe, and even the next year is going to be still amazing. But look, Porsche are saying that they are going to be taking this beauty right here, the Macan. Macan is 1/3 of Porsche sales, right? So this is a very important model, and they came out of the blue really today. I didn't see any kind of any announcements before that or articles or whatever that they're going to take this car all electric. This is a big deal, and first of all, it's a beautiful car. As you can see, this is the inside of it. Lots of buttons still. Hopefully, they'll get that under control. But it is a big deal because, as you know, Porsche is already coming out with Porsche Taycan all electric, and this is the concept. Used to be called Mission E. The final product will look more like Panamera, but nevertheless, the specs are amazing. People are expecting people from drivers from Model S be switching to this car, especially now that the Model S starts at I believe it's like 80 at this point. So very much the same as what projected that the Taycan, the former Mission E, will start it. And of course, after that, they were also planning this little beauty, Mission E Cross Turismo, which is going to be Taycan Cross Turismo. And I believe they're already testing it out. There's a working prototype and stuff like that. They're pretty far along. So all of this is good news, and it's coming from Porsche. As you know, the Volkswagen Group is the owner, and they have a lot of things going on in their family for all their cars. Audi, as you know, is now up to 4 or even 5 all-electric models they're announcing that will be producing in the next 24 months. Of course, Volkswagen is unveiling more and more cars, and they're also going into production very soon, and e-Golf is obviously already on the market. So Macan is going to be joining a pretty good family and of electric cars, and so they're going to unveil it at the end of this year, and they're going to start production, and I'm looking at my notes because it says at the start of the next decade. So I'm going to assume 2020, but it could be 2022. So that's kind of up in the air, but definitely just the fact that they're going to be unveiling it at the end of the year, that's already pretty exciting. Now, it's going to be the same platform with Audi. They're going to be sharing this Volkswagen Group platform, which is also a big deal. That means that all of the bugs are going to be worked out faster. The improvements are going to be sort of spread across the entire Volkswagen Group. So this is a good thing that they're building it on the same platform. Now, of course, as each story, as I report each story, there are positives and negatives. So let's get to those. Before that, just want to remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. There's a discount code in the description of this video. Go ahead and grab it and save yourselves a few bucks. Maybe in the future they'll produce accessories for Porsches and Audis and all other kinds of electric cars. But that's just keeping my fingers crossed. All right, so let's talk about the positives. Now, obviously, we got to welcome yet another electric car on the market, and not just electric car that they kind of designed from scratch. They are really putting this onto their pretty much the best seller, something that they've had a lot of success with. So I think this is a big deal that they're doing this, not just bringing another car to the market, electrifying the existing car that had a lot of success, and therefore this probably will translate into success out of the electrified version. Secondly, every new electric car in the market that's decent, I'm assuming it is going to have a decent range and decent performance, is welcome. The more, the merrier. So that's obvious. Competition. Porsche definitely does push BMW and Lexus and Mercedes and Audi even though they're in the same family, forward. So any sort of a nudge that they give to other legacy manufacturers is definitely welcome. And listen, it looks like they might be competing with Tesla pretty successfully. So that's great as well. And just like I mentioned, this is a big deal. I know it's maybe a little bit boring that they're using the same platform, but the platforms are important. Platforms is where you take one innovation, one design, one architecture, and you build different versions and different models of the car. But this is great because, just like I mentioned, you improve this together. So every time you improve the platform, you improve everything else that's built on that platform. So that's definitely a big deal. It's definitely something that that's definitely something that is very much a positive. I know others are doing this, but Volkswagen Group is a pretty big company, one of the biggest groups out there. So if this is going to also resonate with their Audi and Volkswagen brand, and they're all going to be growing this technology together, then this is really good. Now let's talk about the negatives. There's not that many negatives, but it is a legacy manufacturer. So, how are they going to produce this car? As you know, with the Kia Niro EV and Hyundai Kona EV and a few others, they end up taking what they already have and putting the electric motor where the engine used to be and the battery underneath. And that's great. Obviously, that cuts down on a lot of expenses. It cuts down on the, going to production time. But what it does sort of damage, it has to be front wheel drive car. There's no frunk, right? Therefore, the safety is not as as good as you might expect from an electric car because of the crumble zone. There's more control if there's a frunk there rather than still technology sitting in there and taking space. But most importantly, aerodynamics. Electric cars need better aerodynamics, and when you have that grille and a hood and kind of a bulky stuff up front, it's much harder to give the car better range and better aerodynamics. So that's kind of the struggle that Kia Niro and Hyundai Kona have for their electric version. And of course, production plans. I know it's good that they announced it, and they're going to probably give us more information later this year, definitely unveiling it by the end of this 2019 year. But I'd really like to know about production plans. Is this going to be a new body style? Is this going to be, have a specific, specialized sort of design and technology for just an electric version of it? How many are they going to make? All of this is still up in the air. I don't want to say it's negatives, but it's been a bit of a struggle with legacy manufacturers in that regard. So, but otherwise, this is just yet another good news, if you ask me. By the way, let me give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons, Sean Morton. Thank you so much for joining my Patreon community, the only place where you can watch my videos live. If you want to contribute to the success and longevity of this independent YouTube channel, please go ahead and browse to the description of this video. There's a link, and you can also contribute and enjoy the benefits of my Patreon community. Thank you so much, guys, for contributing and supporting me in this journey. All right, well, I'm looking forward to your comments. Is this a car that you think can really push, Porsche and other manufacturers in the right direction? Looking forward to that. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.